Connection News. This is the TCC Connections television news broadcast where we highlight stories that have appeared in our bi-monthly publication. Metro Campus Associate Editor Tatyana Nyborg joins me today. We will be showcasing 4 stories that were covered in the spring editions of The Connection.
Marina Mitsevelis retired recently at the age of 94 after serving many years as the Tulsa Community College historian. Co-workers, friends, and students gathered in March for Mitsevelis' retirement party at the Thomas K. McKeown Center for Creativity Event Hall. Marina Mitsevelis was that magical person who found a good location to build the first TCC campus, which is the Metro campus. She began working at the TCC library in 1970 and became a director of the TCC Heritage Center in 1992, preserving thousands of items of memorabilia such as the first college band uniform, books, slides, newspaper articles, documents, awards, old computers, and even medical dummies. During World War II, Marina worked at the Boeing plant in Kansas, overseeing the rivets placed in military planes.
We had Bill Boeing in Wichita building the second B-17, flying it around at night to test it. Because in the meantime, from 1936 on, England and Wales were sending shiploads of their young men to learn to fly.
Well, she's a hot dog, but she's kind, she's generous, she's a museum woman. She is probably the most unusual person, one of the most unusual persons you ever know.
What's the best you remember about TCC?
Meeting so many nice people, nice, friendly people, any problems, speak up. One of the nicest places ever.
Mitsevelis plans to travel and speak about World War II. She also enjoys community service.
Gardening is becoming more popular among students. Recently, TCC held its annual EcoFest to bring about greater environmental awareness to students and guests.
EcoFest 2017 was held at Tulsa Community College's Northeast Campus and promoted topics such as gardening and alternative energy sources and had demonstrations on repairing household items. EcoFest also had exhibits for children. Students and other Tulsans brought their children to experience the Eco Kids Zone that featured many different activities. Over 30 vendors from around Tulsa attended the event aimed for students and children to gain important knowledge about tending to gardens and taking care of other plants.
Is brush up on container gardening, which is a very simple way, regardless of what your living situation is. Everybody's got room on the front porch for a little bucket or even an army boot that you can fill up with dirt and plant whatever you want to in it, as long as it's got sunshine and water. Eco-friendly approaches to gardening are the up-and-coming trends.
Students and their kids took to the exhibits to pick up tips and make colorful arts and crafts to take home. The exhibits led back to the nursery where Tulsa Botanic Garden vendor Lori Hudson gave some more tips for student gardeners.
Don't go too big, and if you're just starting out, containers are really easy. They do require a little bit more water. You have to kind of watch them because they will dry out a little quicker.
EcoFest gave many students and children the chance to learn a little more about some of the different ways our ecosystem works.
EcoFest was a success and inspired many to try gardening or animal training. Information about protecting the environment was shared with all those who attended.
In April, the West Campus Veterinary Technology Center hosted an open house for students and the community to showcase the facilities and staff. Pets were offered for adoption at the event.
Hi, welcome to Veterinary Technology at Tulsa Community College. I'm Dr. Jan Barnett. This is pterodactyl because he's actually what we call a polydactyl cat. He has extra toes on his feet. So this one he has 7 toes. And his other feet he has 6 toes.
Brandy Cooper. I'm a registered veterinary technician and assistant professor here in the veterinary technology program, and I would just like to briefly talk about our animal adoption program. Each semester we bring them here, usually 6 to 8 dogs and 6 to 8 cats. We bring them here, get them spayed, neutered, up to date on all their vaccines and healthy, and then we adopt them out at the end of each semester to a loving forever home. I'd be happy to introduce you to some of our available pets.
2 dogs and 2 cats are still available for adoption. For more information, call 918-595-8112. Tulsa's very own soccer team, the Tulsa Roughnecks, took on the Rio Grande Valley Toros for its first home match of the season. The match was a wet one, but the Roughnecks made the contest interesting.
On April 1st, the Tulsa Roughnecks donned on One Oak Stadium to take on the Rio Grande Valley Toros. Through the clouds of orange smoke and sounds of beating drums, the Roughnecks came out shooting in the first half of the game. Tulsa did not wait long to get on the board. Forward Joey Calistri corralled a pass from Ivan Svantesson and snuck the ball into the left corner of the net. The goal was his first of the season and set the table for Tulsa to go into a defensive mindset. The Toros won the possession battle on the night, but the Roughnecks were determined to keep the lead. Tulsa had 16 interceptions in the match, and Rio Grande Valley failed to convert on 6 of its corner kicks. The teams entered the locker rooms at half with the score still holding at 1-0. Shortly after halftime, the expected rain showers began, giving the field another level of difficulty for Roughnecks goalkeeper Brian Byers. Byers was up to the task. He notched his first clean sheet of the season, and the Roughnecks continued to hold off Rio Grande Valley despite a last-minute free kick from 40 yards out. The final score of the match was Roughnecks 1, Toros 0.
The Roughnecks are 1-2 on the season and return to Tulsa May 11th to take on the Vancouver Whitecaps at One Oak Field.
Thank you for joining us on the TCC Connection News. You can always find the full versions of these stories on the Connections website, theconnectiontcc.com.
Thank you again for watching. I'm Tatyana Nyborg. For Medline Wells, have a wonderful day, TCC.